Okay, so here is where it's going to allow us to enter in our values. Okay, you'll notice here it's showing the problem that we were given, and it gives us these entry boxes according to the map that we just worked out. Okay, now I need to mention that there's one little quirky thing with this substance A. All right, in this problem, that's what we're dealing with. We're converting volume of substance A to different units of substance A. Okay, but it's picky about it, and you have to select substance A for each conversion factor, both on the top and the bottom. Okay, so it might be good just to get that out of the way at the beginning, and then you won't have to worry about it. Okay, because it will flag that, and you may end up losing points if you forget about that. Okay, so now we need to know what are our conversion factors. Okay, here we have cubic nanometers and cubic meters. So how many cubic nanometers are in a cubic meter? Well, if you're like me, you have no idea. So, but we do know how many nanometers are in a meter, right? Nano is 10 to the minus 9th, 1 billionth of a meter. Okay, a nanometer is 1 billionth of a meter. And so we can say there are 1 billion nanometers in a meter, or 1 times 10 to the 10th, or rather to the 9th nanometers in 1 meter. Now the way we write times 10 to the power of on the computer is we put an E. Doesn't matter if it's capital or lowercase. 1 e to the 9th nanometers to 1 meter. Now here's the thing though. That's just nanometers to meters. We have nanometers cubed to meters cubed. So guess what? We have to take this 1 e to the 9 and cube it. And when we do that, 1 e to the 9 times 1 e to the 9 is 1 e to the 18. Remember, you multiply, when you're multiplying exponential numbers, you add the exponents. And so it'll be 18, and then we're going to do it a third time, so we'll add 9 to that, and we'll end up with 27. Okay? Now, our next conversion factor is taking those cubic meters and going to cubic centimeters. So here again, we look at how many centimeters are in a meter. Centi is 100th, which means that a centimeter is 100th of a meter, or there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter. So I could put 100, but then I'm cubing that. So that's going to put another 4 zeros after that. Or what we could do is write it like we did with the other one, and it'll be 1 e to the 2, that would be 100, but when we cube that, it'll be 1 e to the 6th. Okay, 2 times 3 is 6, or 2 plus 2 plus 2. Okay, that's how many cubic centimeters are in 1 cubic meter. So finally, in our last step, we're going from cubic centimeters to cubic inches. Okay, so you may need to reference a conversion table, but you'll find out that there are 2.54 centimeters in every inch. Okay, but again, these are cubed. So that means we need to take this 2.54, multiply it by 2.54, and multiply that again by 2.54. We cube that. And if you do, as I recall, we get 16.387. That's just from my memory. I hope it's right. Okay, so now in the end, we put in the calculated result. And I am going to see if I can bring up a calculator here, and so I can do this calculation. Alright, so here we go. We have 5.23 times 10 to the 14th, so that's 5.23, and then on this calculator we press the EXP button, and you'll notice I think I pressed the wrong button. Okay, let's clear this out. Where's my clear? I'll just press delete and that should clear it out. Okay, now it's all cleared. Try this again. 5.23. There we go. EXP, that's probably what your calculator looks like as well. And now you see the E plus 0, that means times 10 to the 0, and we haven't put anything in, that's why it says that. So we need to put in times 10 to the 14th. Right? So when I put in 14, it shows it like that. Alright, now we're multiplying this by 1 over 1e to the 27. Okay, so times 1, we don't need to do that, divided by 1e to the 27. Okay, so this number divided by, and it just wrote it out, and that's not a problem, 1 exponent 27. Okay. Now we can go ahead and calculate that at each step if we want to. We don't necessarily have to, but so let's go on. Now we're multiplying by 1 e to the 6th. So we're going to take this value, multiply it, times 1 exponent 6, and now we're getting our running total there. And let's see, what's next? We're going to divide it by 16.387. Divided by 16.387. Okay, so here is our final answer. 3.19, and lots of digits. Your calculator probably doesn't have that many digits, times 10 to the minus 8th. So rather than entering or attempting to enter all those digits, what we need to do is just look over here and see how many digits they used here. 3 digits. Okay? We don't care about the times 10 to the 14th. Alright? So, I just lost my calculator. Alright. So 3.19, that's all we need to put, is just those 3 digits. If this number were greater or equal to 5, then we would round that up. But we're just going to put 3.19 times 10 to the negative 8th. Put that in here, 3.19 e to the minus 8th. Right? So let's see how we did. We go down and we click on submit. Okay. If you get to this page where it shows the question no longer has a link, then that means it accepted it. and it tells you how many tries it took and the number of points